Hi guys, it's Christy with Pinkslayer Community Outreach. We're located here in Northern Suffolk on Bridge Road, 3920, the letter A, Suite 305, Bridge Road here in Suffolk, Virginia. Our office hours are 9:30 to 3:30, Wednesday through Friday, and all other times by appointment. So you would see all of my information attached to this below so you can get in contact with us if you need to. So today I just wanted to do a quick um, intro for Juneteenth. Tomorrow is a huge day, and we're getting ready to celebrate freedom, community, and some awesome ways to boost your health. You're going to learn some cool facts and maybe even a new hack for your life moving forward. So pay attention, listen closely, and you're going to also get some cool events that we're going to be doing for tomorrow if you're in the area. Um, Fact number one. All right, Freedom Day. For some people, it arrived late. We're talking about Juneteenth. Did you know that even after the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, the people in Texas didn't get the news until June the 19th in 1865. We're talking about 2 years after it was signed on the campus of Hampton University, by the way. Another little stat right there. Um, Now, here's my deal with that. I'm just imagining that I'm a slave back in the day, and there's really none of us can even fathom being a slave. But I'm just trying to put in my head if I was like one of the slaves or affected by slavery or whatever. And there was a document signed that I was free and could live and do as I please. And I didn't find out for 2 years later. Oh my goodness. I would be upset. I'm just saying. I don't know what my upset would look like back in 1865, but whatever, you know, I would just be upset. Okay. And yeah, I'll be upset. There's no getting around that. So yeah, the people in Texas kind of delayed to the party that everybody else knew 2 years prior. All right, so fact two is Juneteenth or is it Jubilee Day? It's been called so many cool names over the years: Freedom Day, Emancipation Day, Jubilee Day. Um, just like these names represent new beginnings for people who were affected by slavery, every day is a new chance to make healthy choices that can help prevent cancer, a real jubilee for your body. Okay. So yeah, I had to put the health party too. Um, we always wanna make sure we know what's in our body. It's good, we take our shower every day, we prep our hair, makeup, skin, what have you. But unless you really know what's going on in the inside of your body, you know, all of the outside stuff would be for nothing, you know? All right, so fact three: food for your soul. Traditional Juneteenth celebrations often feature red foods and drinks like red velvet cake, red soda, watermelon. It symbolized resilience and sacrifice for those who endured slavery. And watermelon, yes, and I like watermelon, right? Watermelon is packed with a powerful antioxidant. And if I can just talk, antioxidant, um, the study shows suggests may help reduce the risk of certain cancers. So, like prostate cancer for men, and let's see, actually, that's the only one I have up here, the prostate cancer for men. It could also help with breast cancer. So go ahead and enjoy a little, everything in moderation, but go ahead and enjoy watermelon or other types of fruits that will help with different types of cancer diagnosis. All right, the scatter after freedom. After news of freedom arrived, many formerly enslaved people bravely left Texas to find their scattered families. Imagine that journey. I'm having an issue now about to be an empty nester. So it's like we have kids all in different cities and in different states. So, they're all scattered around. So I'm trying to figure out, without the internet, social media, telephone, everybody have a telephone in your hand. They didn't have that back then to contact people. I can call up any one of my kids right now and be like, "What you doing?" and say annoy them through the phone or on their social media. But they didn't have that back then. Um, so I think it would have been a little bit difficult to kind of find family members who was either sold off years prior or um, ran away and actually got away with running away. It was kind of hard to find, your family and things of that nature. And as far as like finding your family, back then it was hard. Now is not so much. And we can even take it a step further. Hold on, I'm about to go somewhere with this. And we can get our family support system going on when we're navigating cancer or when we're navigating getting proactive treatment before you're even diagnosed, right? So think about, back then they didn't have this, um, they didn't have what we have today to keep in contact. So if you are feeling nervous about, going to the doctor, you don't feel anything is wrong, you don't feel sick, you still need to go at least once a year. And if you're afraid or you're nervous about it or you don't want to go by yourself, you have a family network, no matter where they are in the United States or overseas, wherever, you have a way to get in contact with your family network to go with you to the doctor, or y'all can talk on the phone while you're in the doctor's office, have them on speaker so they can hear it. Um, there are so many ways that you can build your support system. We're not back in 1865 where they didn't have it. It took 2 years for to get to Texas. So we want to make sure we're nurturing those relationships, that we're keeping in contact with family and friends, and making sure you have that support system and holding yourself accountable for being seen by a doctor a minimum of once a year. Minimum. Okay. All right. Let's move on to. All right. So, Fat Five, Pinkslayer's favorite Juneteenth tradition. All right. So, we found out, I know in our area, I don't remember celebrating Juneteenth as a kid. We celebrated like the 4th of July in this area. I don't remember Juneteenth until after it became widely popular. I guess in the early 2000s or so. I remember some rumblings of it, and I remember my granddaddy talking about it a little bit. But as a kid, you don't, you don't pay attention to a lot of stuff around you. So, one of my favorite traditions in general is family reunions. I love just hanging out with family, going to cookouts. Any reason to have a cookout with my family is awesome. I enjoy doing that. We have a lot of great um, cooks in our family, both me and my husband. So, hey, all we got to do, who cooking out today, and we just show up with a plate. um, yeah, so the same way, when you have your cookouts and stuff, think about, I want us to start changing how we look at stuff the older we get, right? So, one of my favorite traditions is having cookouts, family gatherings, and things of that nature. And I remember a lot of the stuff that we used to cook out or um, have to eat or whatever. To me, it was healthy. I mean, the hot dogs and hamburgers, chicken. And if you got steak at your cookout when I was growing up, oh, you were doing something, okay? Steak and chicken and meats other than hamburgers and hot dogs. Um, all of that stuff was great during that time when it was made because there's not as many preservatives back then as there are now. So now I want us to start thinking about healthy cookouts. And you may be looking like, what in the world does she mean, healthy cookouts? Meaning you can have like a fruit bowl. I have I have a couple of aunts that make a mean watermelon fruit bowl. We have strawberries and pretty much every kind of fruit you can name in there, and the pineapple and all that good stuff. And oh my gosh, I want to think I can eat the whole watermelon bowl by myself, but I can't. I will try though. But let's start looking at healthy options, veggie plates, lean meats, and things of that nature. Try your burger and a lettuce wrap instead of a bun. Um, start looking at healthier ways to cook your food at cookouts. You're still getting your family, you're still having fun, the games, add more active things at your cookout as well. Um, well, this year we had a whole lot of kids at our graduation celebration for our seniors, and they just ran and played, and it was awesome to see them move around because normally now kids play the game all day and stay in the house. You don't see too many children outside riding bikes and skating and all that good stuff anymore. So let's get back to when we was having outdoor fun with our family and family cookouts and things of that nature. And if you happen to be having a cookout, just mention it in the comments. Let me know. I can be your cousin for the day. Because I don't mind, coming to some other cookout. Um, my next fact, education was liberation. I gotta say that one again. Education was liberation. After the emancipation, establishing schools and getting an education was a huge priority. Many HBCUs, which those are historically black colleges and universities, were founded then. I just happened to go to one of the best in this land, which was Hampton. All right. So, just like education, knowing your body is empowering. Let me tell you, before I was even diagnosed with cancer or, anything, man, I thought I was invincible. I may have caught a common cold once or twice, but I didn't really know my body, or so I thought I didn't know. Paying attention to any new lumps or bumps or whatever is key to saving your life because you may think, oh, it's just a little insect bite or whatever, and it can turn out to be something else. So early detection for cancers like breast or prostate cancer can make the world of difference if you know your body and just listen to your body. You know, you may have this gut feeling about something one day and you talk to your doctor about it, and you may not even have symptoms. You just have a feeling, right? So what you should do when you talk to your doctor, request the test. You know, what's the worst that could happen? They tell you no, you don't have it, or yes, you have it. Either way, you're getting an answer. So listen to your body. Listen to that inside gut feeling you may have, because not all cancers have side effects right away. So keep that in mind, and just know you have a voice when you talk to your medical team. And if they're not listening, it's time for you to find another medical team. Okay. All right. Official holiday status. Juneteenth became a federal holiday in 2021. Yes, it is that important. So we want cancer prevention and awareness to become just as recognized and celebrated as, Juneteenth. We have so many survivors out there that don't know what to do, don't know how to celebrate. They feel guilty if they celebrate because they know someone who, I'm not going to say didn't make it, or, you know, I personally don't feel like cancer beat anyone, even if they do pass away. Um, but some people have survivor's remorse, and yes, I have suffered with that as well, and I had my moments. But it's okay to celebrate life. When Juneteenth was put into order, made a holiday or whatever, it showed how important it was to recognize that time and to celebrate something that was devastating to an entire group of people, an entire culture. I mean, can you imagine an entire culture enslaved? And we're celebrating Juneteenth, remembering the slavery, remembering the stories that's been passed down through generations. So it's the same thing when you are a cancer survivor. You remember being diagnosed. You remember that feeling you felt. It was horrible. You remember the fight that you went through during treatment. And for you to have the audacity to celebrate and, be happy that your journey um, is over with cancer, or your journey is not over, but you can celebrate being healthy. That's a good thing. And it shouldn't be looked at as, why are they celebrating cancer? We're not celebrating cancer, the disease. We're celebrating what we conquered, from having cancer. We celebrate those who, because of complications of the treatment, who have passed on. We celebrate them because of the legacy that they have left, the fight they showed us, that they had. So, yes, you can celebrate um, the ending of something horrible and the beginning of something great. All right. Um, Dressing up was a statement. Back in the day, a big part of Juneteenth was dressing in your finest clothes. It was a visual declaration of dignity and freedom. That remind me of Proverbs 31, but we're not going to get into that. If you don't know about it, go to the Bible and read Proverbs 31. Um, if you have time, read the whole book. If you don't, start at at verse 25 through 31. Um, um, you want to look good, right? Don't forget your skin. Skin cancer is highly preventable, even for African Americans. We get skin cancer too, guys. Um, You want to wear your stylish hats and your sunscreen. And even on cloudy days, you want to put on sunscreen. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't always do that. Um, I'm trying to get into the habit of using sunscreen more or less now. But get those hats out, honey. Cowboy hats are in now. Anything that will block the sun from doing damage to your skin. As plus the older you get, the sun have a different effect on your body. I know for me, I keep saying I'm allergic to the outside or I'm allergic to the sun because every time I go out, I come back in and my skin looks crazy and bumpy and itchy from going outside. So I have to make sure I put on sunscreen and then I put on my lotion and stuff that works for me that we have here in the boutique. And that helps me not be itchy and dry my skin out because your skin is the largest organ on your body, the largest cell, I'm sorry, on your body. All right. Songs of freedom. Honey, we love some music. Music, especially spirituals, plays a crucial role in the journey to freedom. Um, Music is an amazing stress relief, which is so important for overall health and cancer prevention. Put on your favorite jams and dance it out with your go-to feel-good song. I have so many of those. I don't know what to do. Of course, right now is boots on the ground, even though I don't know how to do the dance yet. But just put on your favorite song, whether it's something that's gonna soothe you and de-stress. You just want to sit there and relax, or if it's something that you want to get up and move to. When you're dancing, that's a form of exercise. So that's one thing that can help get you in shape and make you feel good. I feel good when I listen to music, especially when it's a good song like by Beyonce, and and she is just putting her all into it, and the little clips that we're seeing on TikTok and the Facebook reels of her and her daughter dancing and stuff, and all of that is feel good stuff. So whatever makes you feel good have a positive effect on your body. All right. So here's my last little tip to make fact 10. Your turn for a freedom win. Juneteenth is about celebrating freedom and community, and we want to extend that feeling to your health journey. So while you feeling good and out there partying and doing what makes you feel good on tomorrow, I want you to think about that in relation to your health as well. So I told you I had a couple of events that I want to tell you guys about. So the first one is I want you to go to my website, pinkslayer.org. We're gearing up for the Relay for Life Western Tidewater event. This is your chance to team up, walk, celebrate others, and honor those who we've lost. It's an incredible, fun event, and it's something that we're doing in the community. So, we talked about getting your support team together. Come on out and join us. Actually, go to the Relay for Life website for this one, and the one you want to join is the Western Tidewater event. Or you can Google Pink Slayer because I always have a team at the Relay for Life. But you can also create your own team if you and your family was affected by cancer, which most of us have been. You can get your team and come on out there and show off. And I wonder if we can get like a boots on the ground contest going on or something. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. And tomorrow, We are going to be in Smithville, Virginia, and you can come and learn more stuff and connect with us. In Smithville on Main Street, they're having a Juneteenth celebration tomorrow in Smithville from 10:30 until 3 p.m. I will be right next to Centera. So if you see the Centera tent, come on over. Say, hey, I saw your video. And if you can tell me one thing I talked about, one of the facts in this video, I will give you a gift. So remember, tomorrow we're going to be on Main Street in Smithfield, Virginia from 10:30 to 3 p.m. Stop by our table. We'll have more fun information, answer any questions, and you'll have a chance to win some prizes. Just come out and say hello to us. And again, for those who say they saw this video today, they will get a free gift. Well, of course, if it's a gift, it's free, right? You will get a gift from me, and you have to tell me one of the fun facts that I mentioned today, or one of the topics that I mentioned today. All right, so two things that you have to do. Go visit the Relay for Life page. You want to join the Western Tidewater um, team, or Western Tidewater organization for the Relay for Life. And tomorrow you want to come out to Smithfield, Virginia on Main Street. There are several um, events going on during that time. I do know that we're going to have Lakeland's band drumline out there. I'm sorry, their drumline going to be out there tomorrow. So we're going to have an awesome, awesome, awesome time. Come on out and join us. I will see you then. And if you have any questions, or if you missed something or you don't understand something I said, please feel free to go on my website at pinkslayer.org to ask any questions. We have a contact us page, or you can contact me at info@pinkslayer.org. Thank you and enjoy your Juneteenth.